Hey, and welcome back to this week's episode of the Business Real Talk. And we're going to talk all about how to create the exposure and getting more brand awareness that allows your business to scale using this seen and paid visibility strategy that takes less than an hour a day. So let's get into it. Here's the truth. You know that getting more exposure and creating brand awareness is how your business ultimately scales. And hell, you're ready. You have the capacity to take on more clients and to change the world in the biggest way possible. There's no more playing small for you. Your clients are getting amazing results and you're ready to take your business to the next level, but trying to figure out how to get more eyeballs on your business, but more importantly, the right eyeballs that help you amplify your message, sign more hell yes premium clients, and create business opportunities that expand your message even further is leaving you scratching your head and chasing all the wrong things. And I'm going to keep it real as always, because leveraging the right kind of visibility allows you to create results like myself and my client have. Things like booking a TEDx talk and getting booked on top-rated podcasts and clients coming to you saying that they told all their friends about you, or being able to hit a 20K month just 3 months after hitting the online space from transitioning from an in-person service to online, or having people share your podcast, your Facebook group, your message with anyone that would listen, or how myself and my clients are able to get in front of thousands of new premium leads every week using organic visibility. So let's jump in, because understanding how to create the right visibility really requires us to understand why so many people struggle when it comes to creating and leveraging visibility, when it comes to getting paying clients and business opportunities in the first place. So here's some truth that not everyone's going to want to hear, but honestly, everyone needs to. All visibility isn't created equal, and increasing your brand awareness in a way that actually leads to the results in your business requires you to have a strategy. And the strategy for gaining visibility and having your message reach every corner of the earth doesn't look like what you think it may. Meaning, we're not showing up on every single platform, TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, and hell, maybe even spending tons of money on Facebook ads, because simply showing up and being in everyone's face isn't enough. I know that may hit a little hard, but the truth is, you're not Beyonce. You don't simply command presence by walking into the room. Just because someone sees you doesn't mean that they'll remember you, nonetheless buy from you. And while plastering your name all over the internet may be well-intentioned, but if it's not setting you up for conversions and growth opportunities, then it's simply an expensive lesson to learn. So let's take a collective sigh of relief and realize that being seen and known as a thought leader and getting paid accordingly doesn't require you to become an everyday celebrity. So how the hell do you show up in a way that creates Beyonce-like results without chasing celebrity status? Now, here's what you need to understand. Being able to get your visibility strategy to do the heavy lifting of sharing your voice with others means that we have to get to the root of the strategy behind it. Here's the deal. Visibility is meant to exponentialize. It magnifies your existence, your voice, and your message. And when it's done correctly, your showing up just one time can create a broadcast effect that allows your voice to be put on a loudspeaker for all the world to hear. Here's the one strategy that myself and my clients have used to be able to get our message past our small hemisphere that we have right now without having to spend all our time online. I call it the tagline effect. Now, in order to understand how the tagline effect works, I want to share a quick story with you. I recently had a client come to me and her business was up and down. She was tired of chasing this idea of trying to be everywhere. She was a professional practitioner who had found success in her in-person business, but she was worn out and she knew that she wanted to be able to expand her reach and expand her impact past her local area. She had moved her business online and she was doing all the right things. She was posting daily in her group. She was running monthly webinars, and she was spending $5,000 a month on getting ads that would bring people to her. She hired that expensive agency, and at the end of the day, she had spent $20,000 over a short period of time, and she had 0 new clients to show from her her efforts. True, her group and her online presence had grown, but it hadn't actually equated to getting clients in her business. And the truth of the matter is, we see this everywhere. There's people maybe listening, paying attention, singing their ear praises, but it doesn't actually move people to the next step. And mere minutes after seeing you, after getting in contact with you, people have already forgotten about you and moved on to the next thing in your feed. It's hard to hear, but it's true. And we need to talk about how we can actually resolve that using the tagline effect. You need to become repeatable. That's the truth of the matter. And being able to achieve that means that you have people coming into your world every single day. So creating repeatability in your business is easy to do when we leverage the tagline effect. Now, there's 3 core things that allow you to create a tagline effect that gets people to share your message. The core components of creating a tagline effect in your business are having something that's profound, concise, and resonant. Now, in order to create something that gets people paying attention, it has to be profound. It has to be able to jar them and create an instant reaction that stops them in their tracks. But then it has to be something that's concise, something that's clear, that's understandable, that allows people that don't need any explaining to share what you've said to them. And it has to be resonant. It has to create a relationship between the takeaway you want your audience to have and you, something people can hold on to. It has the ability to stick with them and create a deeper meaning while easily being able to be shareable with others. And you instantly become the song stuck in their head on a loop that they can't stop thinking about and can't stop talking about. Now, a lot of your favorite brands have done this really well, but none better than in 2015 during the Super Bowl. Always, a feminine product brand took their brand to a whole new level with this simple tagline effect. They took a stigma behind playing sports and being told that we play sports like a girl, and this implication that to be the best, you had to play like a boy. They developed those 3 simple words that took the world by storm and created a story that made it hit home. As a result, that "like a girl" tagline is still talked about to this day, and the groundbreaking message has hit hundreds of millions and taken the world by storm and made people share it past themselves long after the campaign was over. Now, another example of this is the California Milk Processor Board. How can you take something as simple and stagnant and boring as milk and make it matter to people around the world? Well, the California Milk Processor Board did just this. They hit the jackpot when they created the slogan, "Got Milk." Those 2 simple words created such a stir that the otherwise stagnant industry was able to actually increase milk sales by 7% in just 1 year. Now, the craziest part about this is, while this was meant and created for the California Milk Board, this message far surpassed the local area and went national and international. And to this day, people still say "got milk." They still use this and talk about it over and over again. This is what it looks like to take visibility to the next level, to have a message and to leverage a visibility strategy that takes one single instance and allows that to explode into a message that goes everywhere. So you need to be able to leverage a clear and repeatable message that the world can share, because we can build the story, we can show up, we can chat, we can post, and you can even put up a billboard in the middle of Times Square. But at the end of the day, the premise remains the same. It needs to be clear and simple. It needs to be something that doesn't require you to do all the heavy lifting and sharing your message, but allows other people to share your message for you. So now that we understand the power behind a simple and repeatable, shareable message using the tagline effect, let's talk about how we actually take that message and broadcast it to the world, using the down and dirty formula of creating strategic visibility in just 1 hour a day. Now, one of the biggest complaints I hear from prospective clients and new clients is that they struggle to get in front of more people. And they talk about it all the time. And the most obvious solution has always been, let me run some ads. While many of them understand that the value behind ads, the truth is so many people are spending tens of thousands of dollars on ads, trying to increase their reach and online presence in hopes that it creates traction and more clients in their business, only to get the rude awakening that it does nothing of the sort. And just like we talked about before about creating a huge following or having a huge email list, if you don't have a message that resonates, that creates something that makes them want to start listening and sharing, then amplification of that message does nothing for you. So knowing and understanding that we want to create the tagline effect, we want to be able to have something resonant enough that gets people to share. Once we've been able to do that, we want to be able to learn how to actually leverage that and share it with the world. So here's what you need to understand. People simply knowing that you exist doesn't actually equate to people buying from you, which means that when it comes to getting that traction and getting the results you want, we need to be able to optimize for the right result. So if your goal is that you want to get seen, create visibility, brand awareness, in hopes that it creates paying clients, creating more business opportunities, then the goal for your strategy behind visibility needs to be that you need to go deep and not simply go broad. Because the deeper we're able to go with our message, then it creates a relationship between you and the people listening, means that they're going to come back and keep sharing. It's the exact reason that every platform weighs so heavily on shares across every other interaction that we have with your content. So how do we create that shareability and that deep connection with our audience without having to try and go super broad? We get really specific and strategic in our approach of how we share that message. Here's what you can implement in your business to create a deep transformative relationship with your audience that actually creates results in your business. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to pick one central hub. Again, it's not about being on every platform. It's about getting really specific and strategic so that you have people who come back to you again and again. Think of this as the place that you hang out. Pick one central location that people know to come show up for, because that's going to create an effect of having more people share that space with others. The second piece is pick one central tagline message that allows people to create a relationship with you and remember you far past when you show up. An easy way to do this is to think of the one thing you want to be known for that you know is going to create deep resonance and allows you to create messaging and content around that that simply builds on that same exact idea. The third and final piece is knowing how to take that and now broadcast that further with what we call broadcast amplifiers. So knowing that you're only showing up in one location, I'm going to use the example of Facebook since that's the location I show up in. So what we do is we leverage that one central location, but we identify opportunities of how we can amplify that message on that same platform. So an example of this is we find 3 to 5 different Facebook groups where we can broadcast that message that we already know is deeply resonating and creating a tagline effect and be able to share it in all other places. This means that we're not creating more and more content across platforms. We're simply able to take the simple content that we have and broadcast that across multiple areas within the same platform. Within the first 30 days of my client coming to me, we were able to take her visibility and 3x her visibility and have the number of people who were seeing her. That equated to having people in her message inbox asking how they can work with her and looking for the next steps. We used the same strategy that I shared with you above in order to achieve those results, which meant that she only had to pick one place to show up on so that she can ensure that her message went deep with her audience instead of trying to dilute that message across multiple platforms. Within that 30-day period, that simple strategy allowed more people to come to her. She wasn't getting caught up and showing up and creating more content. Then we created a tagline message that had people really paying attention and actually coming in and saying, I want to learn more about this thing that you have. Because she was able to create deep resonance, not only did she have people sharing her message with others, but she had people who had been in her world before coming into her messages saying, oh my gosh, this sounds amazing. How can I work with you? And then we took that same message and just simply broadcasted it across different places so that she simply just had to show up and create content once and have her message broadcast across multiple areas. This is exactly what my clients are able to do, and this is why I'm so passionate about my Easy Yes method. It breaks down to 3 core components that allow my clients to get seen and paid by the right clients without spending all of their time on social media or creating more content. It shakes down to 3 simple things. The first piece of that is developing proprietary methodology. You know that your message creates the magnet that allows you to attract high-intent leads who are ready and want to work with you. We start by developing that messaging that resonates deeply enough with your audience so they see you as the only solution. Next, we have the positioning that allows you to be seen as the innovator. Using our innovative gap methodology, we're able to identify what's missing in the marketplace and how you can specifically fill this so that your audience has no question whether or not you're the right person because they think of you as the only solution. This step alone allows my clients to 3 to 5x their price point and have clients who line up to work with them because they know they're the only ones that can solve their problem. The second step is what we call bingeable authority authority system. This is where we take the magic and amplify it, just like we talked about visibility. What this looks like is that we leverage a Netflix-inspired sales system that brings in the right leads and quickly gets them to see you as the authority in your space, getting them to buy from you instead of simply hanging out in your space, trying to see what the next opportunity is. This means that we look at client acquisition as an end-to-end strategy, all the way from how we create visibility in the right places to how we actually get those people buying from you so that they're showing up on your sales calls pre-sold, ready to work with you. The third and final piece is results and retention. Now, the truth of the matter is you can have the best marketing and the best client acquisition, but at the end of the day, if you're not able to deliver results to your clients at scale, then your business can't move forward. We use what we call the consistent results mechanism so that you can actually deliver results to your clients at scale without having to constantly be on and answer every question your clients have. This means that you're taking a more proactive approach to how your clients get results. They walk away with world-class results, meaning that they're sharing your message with the world and you're able to retain your clients long-term. If you want to learn more about the Easy Yes method and how this can work for you, check out our free mini-series at easyesleads.com or book your free blueprint call where we'll evaluate your current strategy, how you're getting clients, and I'll show you exactly where your biggest opportunities are and how we can leverage the Easy Yes method to take your business to the next level so that you become the renowned superstar and thought leader in your industry that has clients ready to pay them. Book your call at easyesleads.com/call. And until next time, we'll see you on the Business Real Talk.